Hello fish fools, Jeff here. So I just came back from my local fish store and I came home with 12 new fish and a new plant. So here in this tank there's 2 bags of fish. Right here there's 2 Bronze Corydoras. And here, there's 6 Otocinclus altogether. And then, below, in this tank, in this bag, these are Lime Green Endlers, 2 males. They don't sell females. And then here we have 2 Platies, a male and a female. So this is a dual stand that holds 2 10-gallon tanks. So here on top, this is supposed to be my quarantine tank, and it has a bunch of guppies in it. It had a bunch of babies. They're common guppies, sold as feeder guppies, or you'd call them wild guppies. So, even though this is my quarantine tank, or supposed to be my quarantine tank, those guppies are in there, but whenever I get new fish, I'll put them in here and quarantine them and add the quarantine meds, the trio of erythromycin, General Cure, and ICX. But so that's what I'm gonna do with the fish in those bags. And down here, I'm gonna just let this quarantine them in here and add the same medications. Though this isn't supposed to be a permanent quarantine tank, I'm just gonna do that while they're in here, while I have these black neon tetras in here. I set this tank up because, for the purpose of getting some rainbow tiger endlers, but I don't have those yet. So for now, these black neon tetras are in here, and these lime green endlers will be in here until I decide where I'm going to put them in, what I'm going to breed them with, because like I said, my local fish store only sold males. In this particular local fish store, this is actually the first time I've ever seen that they had any endlers. But I'll breed them with, I think I'll breed one of them with one of these common guppies, and maybe the other one with some fancy guppies, and see what kind of funky offspring they can produce. So here, I have enough Platies. I have plenty in my 30-gallon, but I figured these are kind of cool looking, so I just thought I'd get them and put them in this tank for now. If they have babies, cool. If not, no big deal. Whatever, they're just gonna be in here for now. I may likely end up moving them to my 10-gallon mutt guppy tank. So this male, it's got like red wag pattern where it has a red body and black fins, even though the black is kind of pale, and a little bit of like that Mickey Mouse pattern towards the end, towards the tail fin. It's kind of like a diluted Mickey Mouse gene, where it's kind of like one solid black circle with 2 smaller black circles that kind of looks like a Mickey Mouse. And you may not be able, you can kind of see it. It looks like it has a little bit of that vertical stripes. A while back I bought a platy that had more of a a white body with red vertical stripes. So this one looks like it has some of those genes. And this female is like, kind of white peppered and with a red belly. Looks cool. So going back up here. So these two Bronze Corydoras, after quarantining them in this tank, I will be moving them to my 10-gallon mutt guppy tank, because I already have 4 Bronze Corydoras in there. Just by comparison, these look a lot lighter. The ones in my mutt guppy tank has black substrate, and they're a lot darker. These two came in a tank at the store that had a yellow substrate, so they seem lighter. I think they kind of adapt to their surroundings. And these Otocinclus, some of them are really pale, and some of them, well, still kind of pale, but some have more of that that stripe along the middle of their body is darker than others. They may not be in the greatest shape, but while they're in quarantine here, there is a good amount of algae. You can see those dots along the glass here. It's algae growth. So they should be able to feed on algae in here. And in the back there, behind this water sprite, there's a breeder box. That's the one I used for the first time in my 10-gallon Guppy and Endler hybrid tank. And so I finally released the fish, the babies that were in that. So I just put it in here, and if you can, there's like a snail right in the middle there. There she is. That female in there has a crooked spine, so I was gonna remove her. I don't really have a place to move her to. I was gonna, the tank that I intend to put some culls in isn't really ready at the moment, so I just put her in here, and then the next day she did drop some babies. So, but the babies look fine. I mean, her spine is crooked, and even then, when I first got her, maybe over a month later, her spine started to bend, so I don't know if it's genetic or what, but I mean, the babies in there seem okay. But maybe, when they get bigger, they'll expose their spine bending genes. I'm looking in here. Let's see if I can find one of the firstborn fry in here that is now over 2 months old, just starting to, has developed a gonopodium and it's starting to color up. Oh, not sure if I can find him. But these common guppies or wild guppies or feeder guppies, the males do look kind of cool, even though the females are colorless. They kind of look like endlers, less colorful. Yeah, I like that one right there. That's pretty neat. So yeah, that plant right there, that's Hornwort. It's a plant I do not already have. This plant is supposed to be among the best at absorbing nitrates. So I think I'll just keep it in this quarantine tank for now. Maybe spread some of it to a few tanks like my mutt guppy tank and my 5.5 gallon tank that has white clouds and some guppies in it. So going down here, these Lime Green Endlers, it looks like one of these two that I ended up with. You know, they're a lot of them look the same. You know, I was asked if I wanted any in particular, but you know, a tank full of them, they're all similar. It would have been hard to like identify the ones if I were to pick any, but it looks like one of them, this one right here, is like the least lime green, which is I actually like, because I like, you know, I like variety. So I'll probably try to breed that one that has a dot as opposed to like a bar like Endlers have, and is more red. I'll probably breed that one with some of the wild guppies above, or common guppies. And then this one with the bar, maybe I'll try to, you can see there's more green color areas, lines at the top. It's angled in the light. When it's angled in the light, you can see it better. Where these bags are hanging, it's not under the light, so not really as good a view. That is cool looking. And I already talked about the Platies. So looking at this tank, I don't think I've really showed this much lately. The water wisteria is looking good. The upper leaves are more converting to the submersed version of growth compared to, like, you can see the lower leaves where they immerse growth. And here I got on the left and the right some, I think that's called rainbow pebble rock that I put in here. The black neon tetras are looking good. And this is an under gravel filter. I just put these, you know, it comes with like carbon inserts that you kind of clip on there in the front, but I took those out and just put those little spongy sponge filter thing pieces. And in this tube, you can see inside that I just put Java moss, just for the hell of it. So I don't want Java moss loose in here, but there it is, and I stuck it inside that tube. So I'll probably end up doing the same with the other side, but just put some in there for the hell of it. Oh, did a little, that Endler just flipped its gonopodium. They don't have any females, so I'm just going to chill in here for now until I decide what I'm going to do with them. Alright. Look at these up here. Yeah, so here's 12 new fish, 6 Otocinclus, 2 Bronze Corydoras, 2 male Lime Green Endlers, and a male and a female Platy. Alright, and that's it for now. And in case you didn't know, I'm Jeff, and I enjoy fishies. Thanks for watching.